Hi everyone, here is your 2-minute book review of The Cult of Trump, written by Stephen Hassen, came out in 2019. Now, Stephen Hassen also wrote the book Combating Cult Mind Control, which was so influential and helpful for me as I recovered from the tiny religious cult that turned my life upside down. And so in full disclosure, I have emailed Stephen and asked to be on his podcast so we can talk about my book that I wrote, Stop the Tall Man, Save the Tiger. I also sent Stephen a copy of this book, and I also emailed Stephen earlier today so I could share with him personally, one-on-one, my views on the book, The Cult of Trump. Now, I want to share those views publicly. So it is because of my respect for him and his work that I even bothered to read this book. My guess was it would be heavy on angst towards conservative views, and there'd be a lot of anger at Trump and very light on proving that Trump's a cult leader and his followers are cult members. Well, that thought turned out to be true, and then some. So to be clear, even though I've emailed Stephen Hassen, I've never met him, and I can't imagine he's a guy filled with hate. But his book is. This book reads like the author hates Donald Trump, hates anyone who follows him, hates Republicans, hates conservatives, and hates Christians. Yes, it reads like he hates Christians. So I was not only disappointed as I read this book, but I was stunned and alarmed. Hassen seems to think that anyone who supports Donald Trump at all has a mental disorder at best or is fully brainwashed at worst. Which leads to the point that I think many liberals and supporters of big government and haters of Donald Trump don't realize. That is that these condescending, hateful, self-righteous attacks on Trump's followers is the very thing that pushes a lot of these people to be MAGA followers in the first place. So let me emphasize that, in books like this, I can look past political disagreements. I'm not offended that Hassen hates Donald Trump. A lot of people do, but I was deeply offended and stunned at the hatred and vitriol that he directs towards Christians, foundational Christian doctrine, and especially Christians who dare to obey Jesus Christ ahead of the U.S. government. So, after this book review, I do not know if Stephen will ever have me on his podcast, and that's okay, because I felt like it was necessary for me to say this publicly. Usually, if I don't like a book, I don't do a review on it. I just put it down and move on to the next one. But with this one, I felt like it was necessary. So there's your book review of The Cult of Trump. This is filled with Christian hate. Buyer beware. So there you go. If you've liked this, give it a like and a share. I would imagine I'm going to have some pretty interesting comments on this one. I'd love to hear them. You can also go to my YouTube channel. This will be on there along with so many other book reviews. It'd be great if you could subscribe. And as always, until next time, keep reading.